I'm going to cross over to Maree, who is our current, or well, our previous now basket lady.
Yeah.
So yeah. Maree received the basket last week, and I've got a few questions for you, Maree.
Yes.
Were you surprised by the basket at your door?
I was very surprised to get the basket of happiness at my door. I was very excited.
Were you the one who found it, or did another family member alert you to it?
No, I found it. I was out shopping and I came home and I left the groceries in the car to get to the basket. Yeah.
Oh, cute. I love that.
Yeah.
And how did you find out about the basket? Probably from one of our lives or something.
Just live from the girls, you know, just, you know, and I knew that I live within the 5K. So I was, you know, that's good. I can, you know, maybe get it to someone a bit further out, but I didn't.
No. We're allowed to now, I think, go 10 kilometres. So the next person might be able to travel that on a little bit further.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm pleased about that. But it does give us a challenge now of drawing on our unwind community to help us find people in these areas who may not be part of our circle. So it's going to be become a thing where the person who has the basket might need to put a shout out to their local communities, because there's always plenty of knitters and crocheters out there who need a little bit of unwind cheer but may not know about us and the basket. So it will become important as we move forward that people start sharing that around so we can find good recipients. And Maree, when did you learn to knit or crochet?
Look, my family have always been knitters or crocheters, so I've grown up with it. And I don't know, probably about 4 years ago, I noticed that somebody I went to high school with was working at Unwind. So I booked a class with the lovely Sharon and sort of just reinvigorated and, you know, reinterested myself in crocheting. So, yeah, I'm still not very good at it. I'm great at squares and not much else.
Please. As
So,
I always say, I only ever want to do squares, but if that's what you're happy with, that's all that matters. Like some people like to go down all these other roads, but I'm also one who I can do lots of those things, but I'm quite happy doing really therapeutic things that I'm quite happy with doing. So if that's your path, that's great, as long as you're getting enjoyment out of it and you're cranking out those little bags. So you know, they're gorgeous. And tell us about the square that you made.
So I got the basket and it had a ball of yarn in it. So I actually used that ball of yarn that was in the basket to make, because it was nice and it was bright, it was multicolored yarn, and I thought, I'll just use this. So that's what I just did, a plain granny square.
And the yarn, I've seen the gorgeous square, and the yarn, I'd only needed a plain square with that gorgeous yarn. So it's going to be a perfect happy square in amongst our other happy squares, and hopefully I'll get to post that up early in the week when I get a minute. And do you have a creative space, Maree, or do you just craft wherever you feel like it at home?
Yeah, I just, I do have a space, but it's more of a junk room. So just COVID just made it a junk room. So I just sit in my chair or in my bed, and I'm known to crochet in my car as well. Yeah,
perfect.
So
car's great.
Yeah, I guess the beauty of like the little squares is it just sort of, you know, this can just sit in my car. It's, you know,
really affordable, isn't it?
Yeah, everything fits in that. So that's quite good.
And what's your favourite make that you've made?
Oh, I've got a couple of different things. So I know one of the questions was like, what was your favourite and what was your memory? So they're probably the same.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which is this blanket. Can you see it?
Oh, I love that.
That is so
And then it's got, see, I can do pretty
Mm-hmm.
squares.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey.
So,
Lovely.
so this blanket is 2 years old. Oh, and it's got some like multicolored ones as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
so it's cotton. It's that it's not moya, it's the Turkish cotton. So it's
Moya.
no, it's not moya,
Oh.
it's the other Turkish one.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it. Sorry, it just cracked a bit. I was like, oh, I don't recall having those colours.
Yeah. So this is probably my favorite thing and my special blanket because I crocheted all these squares when we were traveling through America 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
So it was easy to take the yarn, and I bought special like bamboo hooks to take in case I couldn't get through metal detectors. So yeah, so this is a traveling blanket. It's, you know, it's traveled America for a month. So that's my favorite special memory make, I guess.
Yeah, I really like that when we're crocheting, it reminds us of a time or something we were doing at that time. It sort of gets woven into each project. It's I'm sort of thinking that when we look back at our waiting blankets, we'll be thinking about this COVID time that we've been through and how our craft has got us through those tricky times. So that's something I've always loved about our makes. And you're a big part of our Unwind community and a part of the Tuesday Girls group. And what have you found that that's brought to your life?
Oh, look, you know, we talked about this before. It's just brought, you know, some fabulous women into my life who, you know, we're all different ages and different parts of our life, but, you know, they're so supportive and, you know, we're in regular contact even during these times. And, you know, we really miss each other. We sort of, you know, do want to see each other, but, you know, hopefully now that we can do the 10Ks, we can catch up with, you know, one or two, you know, but even like just during the chat during the week, you know, one of the ladies needed something and one of the other ladies had it and she said, look, just take it, you know. Yeah, they're just, that's what it's brought to me. It's, you know, they're special ladies and, you know, they've been good to me because, you know, I just do squares and, you know, they help us out. We just help each other out with crafting, chatting, support. Yeah. They're a good bunch of
relationships easier because you've got something in common. It's been lovely to see your group, you know, how you've connected and what it's brought to you guys. And yeah, you can see that you really value each other's time and friendship. So that's been really awesome to watch for us as well. And has, well, I think this is tied up in that previous question, but has the craft helped you socially, which I think we've just discussed, and do you find it a mental health benefit to your life?
Oh yeah, it's, you know, I was talking to one of the ladies today Jodie, who hasn't been to be with us because she's working, and she said to me, I just really love crocheting because I can just get out of my head. She said, I can just switch off, get out of my head. And, you know, and like, yeah, she's done a couple of blankets and you just forget and you think, oh, that's pretty and that was quick and easy, no stress. Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, and then when you, yep.
Sorry, you go, keep going.
Oh, I was going to say, you know, and then just, you know, the small gifting of you know, a blanket or a pouch or a scarf, you know, and then someone says, oh, did you make that? And it's like, well, yeah, I did. So that then becomes extra special to them as well.
Yeah, best feeling ever.
Yeah.
creates another whole conversation than if you just pick something up, you know, on your travels. It just creates, it feels like you've taken time for someone, which I think is really beautiful. And what would you say to someone who's thinking of starting a craft?
I'd probably say pop along to Unwind and get yourself a class with a teacher, a one-on-one. Don't be scared, even if you are left-handed like myself. It's not hard, and it's really easy to unpick if it's wrong. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's great, easy. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. And what did you enjoy most about the Unwind basket?
Well, getting it, that was fun. And I think knowing that, you know, one day I'm going to, you know, see a blanket and go, oh, I'm part of that blanket, and look at all those other squares, and then, you know, dropping off, you know, I've connected, you know, with somebody else.
Yeah.
So that was good.
How did your basket drop off go, Maree?
It was just smooth sailing.
This sounds like a good story. Come on, spill.
So where the basket has gone, it's gone to like a court. So of course it's a dead end. So the numbers don't start.
Oh, yep.
It starts at the other end. So when I went to drop off the basket and I drove past, I'm like, oh yeah, there's the house. Oh yeah, there's the lady in the front garden. And I was just like, yep, okay, now I'm at the dead end. I'll do a U-turn and I'll drive back past the lady in the garden. So then I thought, I'm going to ring the girls. I'll ring the girls to the shop. What am I going to do? So the suggestion of just running and dropping the basket at the front door past the lady.
Was that Kate's suggestion? Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was imagining like combat roles and stuff. You know.
Yeah. And look, you know, in theory it would have been really good, but the lady lives on a hill and I had to go through the garden, which is lovely, but it's got like pavers, so it's not flat. So I would have had to run down the pavers and then up onto the doorstep, dump the basket, run back to my car up the hill. And meanwhile, this lady's thinking, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Well, trying to drop a commando role in there somewhere.
Yeah. So then Robin suggested that maybe I could just give it to her. So after I'd driven down the end of the street to call the girls, then I had to drive back up the street. So then I parked out the front of the house and the lady was still in the garden. And
was she
I got out.
What the hell, Red Riding Hood? What are you doing? Yeah.
So I got out and I got the basket.
Pink basket too. It's not your average basket. It's very pink and anyone's going to spot that basket.
Yeah, so I got the basket out of the car. She couldn't see it at this stage. She's looking at me like, oh, that's that crazy lady that drove past twice already. So I get out and I've got the basket and she just lit up like, oh my gosh, it's the basket. So I handed her the basket and then we were having this little discussion and she goes, I wasn't sure what was going on. Because, you know, nobody comes down here. So I just thought you were lost like twice. So no, I'm not lost. I'm dropping off the basket. So so then we had a lovely chat about her garden and, you know, if ever I needed some herbs, I'm more than welcome to come by and pick whatever I need. And the secateurs are on the front doorstep.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes. So it was quite funny, but
I love that.
Yeah, but no, there's no running into that lady's house. Sorry, Kate.
Shame. It's a shame.
Nice that you had that little bit of interaction as well, because that's what the basket's all about, is connecting the community. So I love that you had that little chat.
Yeah, we did. It was funny.
It would have been awfully nice
It was just so
fries as well, but that's just perfect. And Maree has shown me the beautiful things that she popped into the basket for
so jealous.
the recipient, and yeah, I would have totally wanted to steal the basket. So there's going to be one happy basket receiver. So thanks so much for being a great basket lady, Maree, and sharing the story with us today. We can't wait to see our next story next week.
Yes, I hope the drop-off goes a little bit more smoother next week.
Well, we're allowed to go 10 kilometres now, so I might even I'm going to try and put this out a little bit earlier in the week so that we can get some more people responding now that we can go 10 kilometres. So I will try and get that out by Monday. So keep an eye on the socials, and if you are, we're still in the Nidri area at the moment. So if you're in 10 kilometres from around there, just keep an eye out on our socials and help us spread the word, because everyone needs a little pink basket cheering up their week.
Yeah, it certainly does that, that's for sure. It was very, very good, the basket.
Thanks, Maree. Awesome.